Hi there, everybody. This is Lori Larson. I'm coming to you from my farm in the county of Thorhild, near Radway, Thorhild, or Rosetna, Alberta. So, can be in the boonies for some people, but for I think 18 years now, I've been calling it home. So, how's it getting any better? So today I am rocking purple. I actually got purple heavy face earrings on and got my buddy here. So what I wanted to talk about today, I want to talk about pain. You know, this has been a crazy ass subject, man, that has driven me crazy for a really long time. And I've just been getting such cool gifts from the universe, like through different videos, through different audios, and then awarenesses myself that like, what is pain? What is it really? You know, like, you know, because I don't know about you guys, but for the most part, it's like I was brought up, known, in this reality pretty much everywhere that if you have pain, it's a bad thing. You want to numb it. You want to take a pill. You want to do whatever you can to get rid of it. And I started about 15 years ago, having pain and intensity in my body. And, started off with the whole, I did the main doctor thing. And I'm not opposed to going to a doctor again. I definitely am not. And I know that some people think I'm kind of crazy. But there's an awareness that I've had that there's something else going on here. It's just I couldn't really find the information out there. And that's what I mean by lately. I've been coming across that information that I was really looking for, that the pain in our lives, in my life, for me, is information. So if I have a headache, like most of you can relate to that, right? You get a headache, usually something created it. Was it lack of sleep? Was it a stressful situation? Did you have an argument with someone else? Are you feeling anxious? Usually you can tie it into something, right? And not saying that then it's not. It's like, okay, well, so what would my body require? So I maybe need to change the situation or change my reaction to a situation or something so I don't repeat getting the headache again, or I can help create ease with it. And sometimes it's really cool to just take Advil or Tylenol or ibuprofen or Aleve or something like that to have it go away. And, and then usually things don't return, right? Or if they do, they have more information again. And oh gosh, this is just like my mind is just like, doo, 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 doo. It's got like a million things I just want to say about this. So just recently I was at a function and I came home and, I've had a lot of intensity in my legs, especially. I have it in my arms too, but I don't walk on my arms, so I don't notice it quite as much. But when I was walking on my legs just recently coming home from this function, I could hardly walk. I could hardly make it to the house. And I was so aware for the first time that it wasn't wrong. Like really, really, like I know I've talked in previous videos about this, but there's a level that I'm even willing to be more vulnerable with myself and really honest with myself with what's going on. And so, because, I've been taking Advil and I have taken Advil and I've even tried other things to little or no avail. It's like a temporary fix. And I'm aware that there's underlying something there that, like, what is it? The thing is, though, is I couldn't stop going into judgment on myself for either my body having the pain, myself taking the Advil or whatever. And so it makes it really difficult to come from a place of honesty, vulnerability, to be able to ask myself, like, what is this? What's really going on? So I came home from this function, I could hardly walk, and I was aware of an energy that, yeah, did it damn frickin' suck that I couldn't walk to the house? Oh, yeah. And I was aware of this energy going, honey, sweetie, could we really be vulnerable with our body? Could we really look at what's really going on? Like, really going on? And I'm not going to lie, I've had to get to a place where I saw that there is something else possible. Like, really, like these last few years and the tools that I have now, and watching other people change. Because, we hear all the time, people can't change, just as they get older, they get worse, or, whatever it is. But we're kind of taught that, once something is the way it is, it's the way it is. It doesn't change. And I have so noticed this with these classes. I have seen people create money, create health, create relationships, or create happiness, whether they're in or not in a relationship, with their bodies, with friendships, with whatever. I've seen magic created in so many different areas. And it was like I needed to see the proof of it, right? Before I would actually let myself receive it for me. And it was like, I'm not going to believe this shit. I don't think things can change. And anyways, so, when I was at that place and coming home from that function and standing there trying to get to the house, I was like, there's something else going on here. There's a vulnerability that's being asked of me if I'm willing to go for it. And, since that day, it's been about a week and a half now, I have had so many cool awarenesses of things that I've been like, that makes so much sense. Oh my God. And then I use these cool, freaking awesome tools like Interesting Point of View, or I ask questions, or I clear it with the crazy clearing statement that they use in Access, which is super awesome. And, I change the energy, or I phone a friend, or I, journal, or have a bath, whatever. That's helped you. But what I noticed is that this pain that's been in my body has been information, no different than when we have a headache. And, pain can be emotional too. Like, you see people, I felt it. You see other people in emotional pain. That's information. What is underneath it? And most of us do not have the tools or the support system or a place of, which I notice is the hugest, that I couldn't believe was possible till I actually started to see it created for myself, was you can actually move through this stuff without judgment. You can actually move through this stuff without other people judging you. You can actually allow yourself to get to that really vulnerable little kid place that it's like, what's really going on? I'm tired of seeing these people hurting, and I've been locking that in my body. Or, I don't know how to deal with people that are like super angry. And so I put up all these barriers and made myself really tense, and then just got so used to doing that. And I mean, you can't say that there isn't an awful lot of that around, right? But what's so cool is all of that, there's tools for it. There's tools for the emotional pain. There's tools for the physical pain. And, there's even some where we can be aware of other people's bodies. I love this one story that I saw on Facebook one day. This mom and her little boy were in a bank. And the little boy goes, "Oh, Mom, that man over there isn't feeling very well." And the mom goes, "Well, how do you know?" And he says, "Well, because ever since he came into the bank, my tummy doesn't feel very well." Like, we're that aware of other people. And when we've bought that everything that's happening in our body is ours, our bodies go, okay, my tummy doesn't feel good. Okay, our tummy doesn't feel good. And then we tie it to something and we say, oh boy, when I go to the bank, I feel sick to my stomach. And then now I can't go to the bank anymore and I got to stop going to the bank. But do you guys get where I'm going with this? Like, this is really fascinating. It's information. And what's really cool is that it doesn't make it wrong to go to the doctor. It doesn't make it wrong to take an Advil. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it, anything. It's like asking a question. It's like, truth, body, would you like to go to the doctor right now? Would going to the doctor create more for us? Truth, would taking Advil. I actually had where I went to the cupboard this morning, grabbed a couple Advil, and I went to go take them, and I felt this heaviness in my body, and I was like, oh, body, do you want them? And it's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, I wasn't quite like, okay. So what I did is I took them and I put them beside me because they were there at any point if I required them. And then what I've done is throughout the day, ask myself questions, so I'll either do, if you guys have ever heard of this, if there's tapping that you can do on meridian lines on your body, you can tap as you say things, or I'll use the access consciousness, clearing and stuff like that. And I've created ease. It is now just after 1:00 in the afternoon, and I still haven't taken anything. And what I'm aware of is not the right or the wrongness of it, but being in question with my body and being in communion with my body. And that's the part that's really exciting. So I wonder, what information does the pain or intensity in your body, in your life, in your world, what information does it have for you? And I love to do sessions with people about this. Like, if you need some help, I will be there for you in a space of non-judgment. You can get messy, you can cry, you can get angry, you can get frustrated, you can put up walls, the whole thing. Babe, I will be there for you. I've been there, and people were there for me, and I've learned to be there now for myself, and I can be that space for you. So there is something else possible. Really, truly, there is something else possible. And I want to wish you an amazing day. How does it get any better than this? What else is possible? And thanks so much for watching again. And if you know anybody that would be interested in this video, please pass it on, or my website. I'd be so happy and so grateful to contribute. Take care. Bye.